Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal Ann, and today I have a very exciting video for you guys. So this is not a project per se. This is actually a challenge. So my friends over at Heat Transfer Warehouse asked me if I wanted to be a part of this challenge, and of course I said yes. So let me go ahead and start off with what the challenge is. So they sent me a tote bag I have to do, as well as a t-shirt. Now they sent me multiple types of HTV, and I have to use at least 3. So I don't have to use them all, but I do have to use at least 3 of these. So I've already designed out my design and everything. I just got to figure out which one of these I'm going to use. And then I'm going to already have everything cut out, and we're going to go ahead and put it together. Today I'm going to be using the Stahl's craft press. So on top of the challenge, I'm going to do this with a craft press. I thought it would be even more fun to attempt to do this entire thing with this craft press. So this is from Stahl's. I'll have it linked down below. You guys can snag this over on Heat Transfer Warehouse. If you guys are looking for an awesome heat press to start out with, or one that's perfect for smaller projects, as you guys are going to see, I'm going to be able to pull off a pretty big project with it. Definitely check this one out. It's super affordable, and I'll have it linked down below. And it is the baby to the one I use all the time, my Stahl's A to Z. So this is the baby to that. And of course it's pink, so it's super fun. So we're going to be using this. So let's go ahead and dive right into our mystery bag. So let's start out with the one that's sticking out here. So they sent us a nice size. So these are rolls here, and as you guys can see, this is perfect for their bigger cutters, but I'm going to cut it down and use it for my Cricut. This is the Caesar Holographic Fire Pit Pearl, but look how gorgeous this stuff is. So we have this one. It's looking fun so far. We have our tote bag. As you can see, they sent a tote bag as well as a t-shirt. So I've got to decorate 2 of these. So it looks like we've got our nice t-shirt here. So it looks like we're going to be doing a black one. So this is Halloween theme, by the way. So it's a nice t-shirt here. What brand is this? And I believe they carry these over on the website. I'll have it linked down below for you guys. So this is the brand right here. So I'm going to decorate this. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, we got another one. So I believe they sent me a backup just in case I messed up on one. So we've got 2 of those guys. Now, let's see what all material. Look at this. They sent a ton of this stuff. All right, so you guys know this is one of my favorites. This is tawny. This is Caesar glitter in tawny. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's gorgeous. This is like the perfect gold. So they sent this over. It looks like we have Caesar Sparkle Sunset Orange. You guys know I'm obsessed with sparkle. I'm trying to get this, so hopefully that glitter is going to let you guys see what it looks like. This stuff is absolutely gorgeous. Love this stuff as well. Caesar Sparkle is perfect if you guys are wanting to add glitter to your project, but you don't want the texture of the glitter HTV. Definitely check out Sparkle. So we've got that, and that's also, these are my faves, so I'm pretty pumped about it. Super pumped about this one. This is Walnut Cut Puff Neon Orange. So we're definitely going to have to use this one. I don't think the color is coming in correct for you guys, but this is their Walnut Cut Puff. So this stuff is going to puff up like popcorn. So I'm really excited to check this one out. We've got it in neon orange. Let's see, what is this? We've got Caesar Easy Weed Reflective Silver. So this one's going to be really fun, and I believe, let me try to get a corner pills here. You guys can kind of hopefully see that. This is a really cool reflective. This will be perfect for Halloween as well. I may try to utilize this one today because it'll help for somebody to see you. So if you're walking at night doing some trick-or-treating, this reflective will be perfect for Halloween. So we've got some reflective there. And then we have some Caesar Easy Weed Orange. I'm really excited because you guys know I'm obsessed with Caesar as well. So good stuff here, guys. So we've got an orange here, which is awesome. We have Caesar Twinkle. So this is like, you know, I love their sparkle. This one is a little bit thicker. So this is kind of like reflective. It's really cool as well. This is Caesar Twinkle Orange, and I do believe I'm going to try to use this one today. So this one is really cool. You guys can hopefully get that sparkle there. Let's see if I can get these side by side here. So you guys can hopefully see those colors. All right, let's keep going here. So we've got Caesar White Glitter. This stuff is perfect to sublimate on as well, but we've got some white glitter. Now, I can only use what's inside this bag. So I can't sublimate. I can't add anything extra. I can only use these materials. So we've got Caesar Glitter in white, and then we've got Wicked Purple. This is Caesar Easy Weed Wicked Purple. I think this is the one that is exclusive to them. Don't quote me on this, but I think this purple is exclusive. So as you guys can see there, so that's gonna be nice. We've got the orange and the purple. So I think I'm gonna use those today. And let's see. Oh wow, we've got 3 left, guys. Okay. So we also got Caesar Easy Weed in moss green. Absolutely love this one as well. That green is gorgeous. So we've got that. Such a good color combo. And then we've also got Caesar Easy Weed Glow in the Dark. So we're definitely going to have to use this one today. So this stuff is super awesome. So you get it up there in the light, and then this stuff is going to glow. This would also be amazing for walking the streets and stuff like that. Super, super cool. And then I think this is our last one. We have Deco Film Soft Metallic in silver. Look how cool that stuff is. So this is Deco Film in silver. So look at that variety. They sent a ton of material. So like I said, I don't have to use all of this, but I have to use at least 3 of them. So for my t-shirt here, I think what I'm going to do is, because this is a challenge and I want to win this thing, okay? So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go above and beyond. I'm going to go a little extra on the t-shirt. We're going to get the sleeves. We're going to get the back of the t-shirt. We're going to get the front of the t-shirt. So let's see here. Let's think. So with my design here, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to be using our Wicked Purple. We're going to use our orange. This is going to be for the front of our t-shirt. We're going to use for the white, because what's really cool about the glow in the dark is it looks white. So it just looks like Caesar Easy Weed white during the day, but at night it glows. So that's super cool as well. So we're going to use that as our white. And then let's see. I think for my straw pieces, I'm going to use either Tawny or the Caesar Twinkle Orange. So I think for my straw, one of these, but I'm kind of trying to debate here. Oh my goodness, I don't know. So we're going to use one of these for my straw. I think for one of my little words, I want to throw a little green in here. So I think I'll do that for the front. So we've got all these. I've got more than 3 for the front. All right, so let's think here. For the sides of the arm, I think what I'm going to do, let's see, I wonder if I have enough material. If I have enough material, it looks like I do, okay? If I have enough material, I'm going to use the offset in Cricut, and I'm going to offset my words that are going to go down my sleeves. So I'm going to use this one for the sides, okay? So we're going to use that Caesar Holographic Fire Pit for the arms, all right? As well as that glow in the dark if I have enough. So that way I can have those on the side. I can't really, because I'm not going to do a knockout, I'm going to layer. So I want to make sure that I can layer the 2 on top of each other, and I can definitely layer that on top of this one. Because I would do the glitter, but I can't layer that unless I did a knockout, and I don't really want to do that. So another one I thought about was I could do the reflective, so that way you could see the reflective, but I think it'd be really cool because then the arms would glow in the dark. So we're going to stick with that. Okay. Those are our arms. Now the back of our t-shirt, I'm going to do the Sanderson sisters, and I think I'm just going to stick with the orange and I'm going to stick with that orange and purple for the back of the t-shirt. So we're just going to do that simple Sanderson sisters on the back, almost like if you had a baseball tee or something that said Sanderson sisters. That's my goal for the front. All right, so there's that. Now for our tote bag, let's set this aside. For the tote bag here, let's see. I think what I'm going to do for the tote bag, number 1, we're using the puff. It's happening. So I think we're going to use the puff on the pumpkins here, and then trying to think here. Let's see if I use that reflective silver in the middle, or if I did that whole thing with just puff and then white glitter. Let's do that. I think that would be really cool. Another thing, if I have enough, maybe I'll do the glow in the dark as well with the puff. So that way this part glows in the dark. But I really want to kind of use that glitter with the puff. So I think we may do that. So it's going to be either or. We're about to find out. I'm going to go cut all of this stuff out. I'll be back, and then we're going to press it. Now, I've looked at my times and temps. Everything is going to be 3:05 for around 10 seconds, except for this one. This one I believe is going to be 2:75 because it is the neons. If it wasn't the neons, it would be 3:05. Since it's the neon, I believe it's 2:75, and it's going to be a hot peel. I do need to keep in mind I've got a cold peel here, which is this one. So our holographic Caesar is going to be cold. So I have to remember that. So a few different things. Here goes our challenge. I'm going to cut it out. I'll be right back. I've got everything cut out. I used my Cricut Explorer 3, but you could definitely do this with your silhouette, your graph text, all of those, okay? So I wanted to go over a little bit. Everything I use, like everyday iron-on settings for majority of these Caesar, as well as the the Caesar glow in the dark. So all of the Caesar Easy Weed, the glow in the dark, I cut all of those on, you know, everyday iron on for the Cricut. The puff as well as the glitter HTV, I cut on glitter HTV settings, and that was absolutely perfect for that wall cut puff. So I've done that already, as well as the holographic here. The holographic, I cut on holographic settings, and it was perfect as well. So what I've got going on here, this is the way that I've cut everything out, and it's going to be. So this is what's going on my bag over here. We're going to puff this guy up, and this is going to be glow in the dark. Now I thought about putting the white inside of the pumpkins here to have that glow, but I don't want to. I want to leave the puff by itself with a black background and roll with it. So that way whenever it's dark, just the trick or treat's going to kind of glow, right? Gives it a two different effect. Now for the arms here, I wanted to show you something really cool. I've got for my white here, which looks like white during the day, it actually glows at night. So it's going to look like a knockout at nighttime because the holographic's not going to really show unless you get a little bit of reflective. You're going to get some reflective as well as glow in the dark. If you can't see it, it's going to look like a glow in the dark knockout. So it's going to be super cool. Let me go ahead and show you guys at an angle here. Look at how cool that looks. I smell children, super cool, and then amok. So that's really cool as well. So you guys can see that holographic. Once again, this is that glow in the dark. It's going to be sweet. For the back, like I said, I did almost like a baseball tee vibe. So I did Sanderson Sisters with the orange and that wicked purple. And then for the front, I need to go ahead and put those pieces together. So I need to line everything up. Now, because I wanted to be able to utilize as much material as I could, I didn't just attach all of that white in one big piece. It's in multiple pieces. And then I forgot to attach this right here. So these two pieces actually should be attached, but it's totally fine. All right, so let's roll forward. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do my sleeves first. And like I said, we are using the Stahl's Craft Press today. That way I could give myself a little bit more of a challenge as well. I wanted to kind of bump it up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my sleeves first. Now remember that the holographic is cold peel. So I'm gonna do a tack down for that Caesar glow in the dark, and then we will do the full press for this, and then it's gonna be a cold peel. Now the wall cut puff, this tote bag, I'm gonna do very last because the wall cut needs to come down to 275. So that's gonna be last. Then I'm gonna get the front of my t-shirt and then I'll knock out the back. All right, so I've already pre-pressed my t-shirt because I wanted to save time because I had to pre-press my arms as well because we're doing that. Now, where my arms is actually gonna be is on the side. So what I need to do now, and I can follow that line there, is I need to unfold these like so. Now, depending on the type of t-shirt that you use, you may need to use a pressing pillow. So for example, you guys can get yourself a pressing pillow like this that is made for your sleeve. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do that now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slide that inside of my sleeve. All right, so this is gonna give me a nice, smooth, flat surface. And like I said, when you press these, you're gonna have a line so I know where my center is. So let's go ahead and get our first one here. And the way that I'm gonna do this is, I Smell Children is gonna go in this direction, and then the other one's gonna go in the opposite direction. So I'm just gonna center this up between the top of my arm and the bottom here. So you guys can kind of see that. I can kind of see my center point, like I said, because of that crease mark. So I'm just kind of double checking everything looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove my holographic. And then we're gonna take this over to the press, and I'm gonna press it twice. You may want to adjust your pressure for your pressing pillow, and I'm just going to press that for, you know, around 5 seconds or so. That was probably too long. I could have done 2 seconds. I wasn't thinking. I'm going to gently scoot this little guy down, and we're going to press again. I'm going to probably try to go for just 2 or 3 seconds. Looks good. All right, back over here. This is a warm peel, so we can go ahead and peel it. All right, so now we're ready to get that holographic on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and center everything up. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple pieces of heat tape here just because this is not super sticky for me. And that way I can just hold that down. Now, once again, I'm going to do half and half. So I'm going to go ahead and press. This time, like I said, I'm going to do the 305 for 10 seconds. Lift that up, and we're going to go ahead and push it down. Now remember, this is a cold peel, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that pressing pillow to help cool that down. And then I'm gonna actually flip mine over on my granite to speed this up. Now this is completely cold. It's not warm at all, completely cold. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna get me an angle here and peel. How awesome is that? Doesn't that look really cool? So that I really love, I use the offset feature in Cricut, and I think that just kind of spruced it up. And like I said, at night, this is gonna look like a knockout. And I forgot to weed a teensy tiny piece here, but that's okay. Let's do the next sleeve. All right, so now we have both of our sleeves like so, looking amazing in my eyes. So let's go ahead and knock out the front of the t-shirt. All right, so here is the front of my design. I've kind of got these layered here. So how cool is this looking? I'm loving it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to bring this up a little bit. This is gonna be my first piece. I'm gonna go down with my glitter first. I usually save it for last, but it's not going on top of anything. It's gonna be separate by itself, and that way it gets enough heat as well since I've got it at 305. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this one first so I can work down this way. So let's go ahead and get rid of everything else. And I'm gonna bump this up just a little bit because I wanna be down 4 fingers. So just a little bit, I'm gonna bring it up and we're gonna go ahead and start pressing this. When you're using a small craft press like me, you definitely want to line it up here and then take it over to the press. That way I know that everything is straight. And you wanna use your tape if anything's gonna shift because you're not gonna really be able to see if you're being nice and straight. So let's go ahead and start with our first piece. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and press this down, that 305. I'm gonna do about 5 seconds for this. All right, this is a warm peel, so we can go ahead and peel. Now I'm gonna hold on to this so that way I can protect my layers here. So let's go ahead and get our next pieces. All right, so we are ready to press our next layers. Now for this one, I'm gonna do around 5 seconds or so, and then I'm gonna leave it here to add my next layer. I'm going to go ahead and put that cover sheet back on. Now I'm going to go ahead and press this one 305 for 10 seconds because I'm now going to move down the shirt. All right, so you guys can see this is what we have so far. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to Hocus Pocus. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and press the Hocus Pocus. I'm going to do this for 5 seconds and then I will add the next layer. All right, so I have placed a part of that first carrier sheet up here to protect anything that may be on there. I'm gonna press this for 5 seconds and then I'll add the next pieces. All right, we are ready for our final press, 305. We're gonna do the full 10 seconds. Now, I've got all of my pieces lined up on here and we're gonna be good to go. How cool does this look? So I used more than 3, obviously, so I'm pretty pumped with it so far. Looking great. I love this Wicked Purple. It looks gorgeous. This tawny is perfect. I'm really glad that I decided to go with that. This is looking great with the sleeves. So let's go ahead and finish the back. Now for the back, like I said, I'm doing like a baseball tee, you know, back where it has the name Sanderson Sisters. I thought it would look super cool. So I'm going to come down just a little bit, around 5 fingers or so. So I'm going to come down about right here, centering it up with that neck tag there. I think that looks great. So I'm going to go ahead and pop down my first layer, which is the orange. So I'll be able to do this, you know, let's just do 2-3 seconds. I'll be able to leave it on the press and then add my next layer. Like I said, if you're using a craft press, definitely do it on your surface and take it back and forth. If you were using a big press, you could do all this over there on the press. All right, so we're going to go ahead and press this for, like I said, around, you know, 3-4 seconds. It doesn't take very long. And then this is a warm peel, hot peel, so we can go ahead and peel. All right, we're going to press again. This time I'm going to do the full 10 to 12 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and peel. And there you guys have it. How super cool is that? So we've got our Sanderson Sisters on the back here. Our sleeves look amazing. I'm pumped with that. I love the way that this front came out, all the mix of the colors. And then the sleeves, like I said, came out super duper cool. So you guys let me know down below if you guys like this. Let's go ahead and knock out that tote bag. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take some heat tape here. I'm going to go ahead and get down that trick first. I'll come back for treat, and then we'll knock out that puff. All right, so we're going to go ahead and press this. I'm just going to go ahead and press it once again for 3 to 4 seconds just to get that initial tack down. And we can peel this nice and warm or hot. While it's still on the press, I'll go ahead and line up the trick or treat. Press again. This time I'm going to do that full 305 for 10 seconds. So now what I want to do is go ahead and change that temp. I've kind of knocked this for you guys. We want to change this to 275. For that 10 seconds. All right, and I want to bring my pressure up just a little bit. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let that bring its temp back down, and we'll prep up our bag. And now I'm going to go ahead and line this up. All right, so this is ready to go. Let's go ahead and press it. All right, so we are ready to go. This is at 275. We're going to go ahead and press it. So I've got some nice medium to firm pressure here for 10 seconds. And I've made sure, since this is the craft press, it fit perfectly underneath there. So we're going to pop it open. And this is a hot peel, so we can go ahead and peel it. And you guys can see that it's already puffed up. And there you guys have it. Here's my t-shirt for the challenge, as well as my tote bag. So we did that puff here. Hopefully you guys can see that dimension. I'm going to kind of bring that up as close as I can. It's really cool because that texture is coming through the bag. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then like I said, at night, you're only going to see the trick or treat. So that's going to glow. We've got a 3D effect on the bag. And then you guys can see all of the really cool stuff going on here. So all the white's going to glow at night. It's going to look like a knockout on the arms glowing at night. It's going to be kind of reflective, so when you're walking the streets. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about my t-shirt as well as my tote bag? Make sure you guys head on over to Heat Transfer Warehouse. Check out their Instagram as well as their YouTube and Facebook page to see all of these different challenges from everybody else. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.